Okay, this is game 2 of the second half. This is Anish Giri, white against Praggnanandhaa. Praggnanandhaa had a funny candidates. He won the first game in the first round, and that was it. And the truth hurts. And he beat Giri, so Giri wants revenge. Giri doesn't win too much because he's Giri. But it looks like Giri is coming in second place in this candidates. That's a good result. Okay, so for those of you watching on YouTube, this is Anish Giri white, Praggnanandhaa black. Praggnanandhaa not doing as well in the candidates as his sister, Vaishali. Vaishali might win the candidates. By the time this video comes out, you guys will know if Vaishali won the candidates. But I don't know, because it's the day before. Unstable payload subscribed. Good, good. Okay, so Giri's white, Praggnanandhaa's black. Play it. Queen's Gambit accepted by transposition. Complicated. Now, the arbiter stopped the game because it was too exciting. Okay, and this is still theory. I've never played either side of this line. Because whenever I'm white in a Queen's Gambit accepted, I always play E3. The one time I played E4 was in 1986 against Vishy Anand. That was a crazy draw. Crazy like Fox News, which in 1986 didn't exist. Or maybe it did, I don't know. Doubt it. Okay, the engine says white's slightly better. Boring. Okay, black's got his material back. Engine says white's better. Giri likes his pawn structure here. Black has the two bishops. White has the what else. Giri tries to get rid of the two bishops, and he's successful. Giri has a nice center. Black's queen side's all crumpled. White has the nice d4 square for his knight. The bishop on b7 is blocked. The engine says white has a clear advantage. Opening didn't work out well for Praggnanandhaa. Giri has a Giri-type position. A slight advantage with very little counterplay for black. White dominates the dojo on d4. And bishop on b7 was no good. He decides this is a better diagonal. Maybe e6 is a better square. So white's only plan in this kind of position is f4, f5. But that's a crushing plan if he can get it done. So he has to make some preparatory moves first. Save his queen side. Okay, king h2. Now he's ready for f4. Want to get off this diagonal. Engine says white's slightly better. And f6 is another mistake, just like it was in the previous game that when Fabi played it. The engine said white was slightly better. Now the engine says white's clearly better. Praggnanandhaa didn't want to sit back and wait and lose the game. So he fights in the center. White has a passed e-pawn. Black has a passed d-pawn. But as you all know, the knight's a good blockader. Bishop's not good at blockading. And this pawn is sufficiently defended. The knight's better than the bishop. So white has an advantage. Engine likes a4. Getting rid of all the pawns. Now it says white only has a slight advantage. Put it in h. And then queen f7 is a big mistake. In this position, The engine wants black to play bishop b5, attacking the rook. And then when the rook moves away, back to a4. What the engine wants, which Praggnanandhaa didn't realize, is the engine wants the black bishops go to this diagonal where I put an arrow. Thanks to Dead Fracture for gifting 10 subs. God damn. Dead Fracture's killing it today. And thanks to Olivat for subscribing. And Unstable Payload. I'm missing all these subs. I'm too much game analysis, not enough subbing. Yay, it's Pat. He subscribed. Okay, now you will agree that if black gets the bishop to e4, that looks like quite a nice square. So the engine wants to play bishop c2, but you can't play bishop c2 because white has these three pieces controlling c2. So the engine says, get the rook off of c2, attack the rook, and then play bishop a4 to play bishop c2, and hopefully bishop to e4. And obviously, if we trade the bishop and the knight, that gets rid of most of white's advantage, which was, the fact that the knight's better than the bishop. Olivat gave 5 subs. I'm no one. Who are you? Gave 5 subs. Everybody's giving subs. We've never had so many subs. Okay, so very engine-y line to play bishop b5 attacking the rook, then back to a4, then bishop c2. Praggnanandhaa's not an engine, he's a human. So he played queen f7, getting his queen to the diagonal, not as good as the bishop would be on e4. Now the engine says white's winning because white's passed e-pawn is too strong. Bam! e6. And the bishop on a4 is terrible, frankly. And the rest is white just wrapping it up with black's terrible bishop on a4. Finally, he gets his bishop to the right diagonal, but too late. Bam, e7. Here comes white. The engine says it's over. Black's too slow. Bishop e4, which I was espousing earlier. I said black wants to play bishop e4. Again, it's too late. Check. Takes. Always sack the exchange. They asked Giri after the game how much he calculated, and he said he didn't calculate at all. He said, I thought of my good friend Ben Feingold, always sack the exchange. I just took, just assuming it would be winning. Smart guy. Rook takes e4. Queen f5 check. Queen f8 also wins. And in this position, black resigned. If black plays king to g8, then queen check wins the rook. If black plays king h8, then queen f8 wins. And if black plays g6, then queen f8 wins. And after rook c8, we play knight e6, threatening queen g7 mate and knight g5 mate. And if you take the queen, I'm just a piece up. So after sacking the exchange, only needed one more move. Pawn on the 7th is worth a rook. And Praggnanandhaa resigned. Giri got revenge for his first round loss. So we got 2 games so far in this set of games. Black played f6 in both. Black lost both. Terrible. As you can see, I wasn't coaching any of the candidates.